At this point, you've connected your Xbox One system, but you've noticed the HD Next Gen $100 camera still in the box. You paid for it, but have no desire to use it. Your kids don't want it. Your dad doesn't want it. So what do you do with the Kinect?
What do you do with the Kinect?
You can use it as a plunger. You can use it as a doggy poop scoop. You can beat your meat with it. You can use it as a piñata. You can use it as firewood. Or you can use it as a pool toy. Of course, the Microsoft Kinect is not very good at being these things. It's not really good at being a fun toy either. So why does it exist? Send your theories to Microsoft Corporation, 1 Microsoft Way, Redmond, Washington, 98052.
Oh look, another letter addressed to Microsoft. Let's see what this one has to say. Dear Microsoft, my theory as to why you guys made the Kinect was to compete with the Nintendo Wii's motion controls. Though you failed to realize motion controls stopped being cool or fun 5 years ago. You guys suck. Signed, a Mega 64 fan. Mega 64! I hate those guys. That's it. You know what? Hold on a second. Hold on a second. I can make a video of my own, making fun of them. I can make a video too. Where are the programs? Okay, Windows 8 is confusing as desktop. No. No. What is going on? What is... Okay, desktop. No. Where's the start button? Oh, we f***ing suck!
What do you do with the Kinect?
Welcome everyone to episode 34. That's right, the big 3-4 of Ultimate Gamer Podcast. We have Andy.
Hello.
And we have Kira.
No, we don't.
Oh. Sad.
Just can't trust women these days. Yep, I went there.
Well, we have a very interesting show. It's going to be...
It's not interesting. It's just that there's nothing going on.
in the world of gaming.
I mean, there's stuff going on always, but it's just not that interesting.
Well, we'll nail out the gaming stuff, but this is going to be like a hybrid. So the first half will be gaming, the second half will be tech, and leave it.
And you know that if we're saying the first half is going to be this or that, it's going to be fucking mid stuff. You don't expect
course,
it.
But we're going to try. But basically, what's going to end up happening is you guys are going to get a small little taste. That's right, you get a taste, free taste of what the tech podcast could be. That's right. Drop a comment below if you want us to continue and actually create a separate podcast just for tech.
Before we go on, can we have an explanation as to what happened to the last freaking episode?
Of course. And as our wonderful friend Andy had just announced, the wonderful YouTube automatic content ID system.
Fuck you!
Yes, flagged my last episode as a copyright infringement due to the dubstep gun.
Fuck you!
So it's all Andy's fault.
Really?
Yeah, it is.
That's low even for you. And that's me saying that.
Well, the problem is it still hasn't been fully disputed. I mean, I filled out the paperwork already for it, but, you know, good old YouTube is waiting for THQ, a company that doesn't exist anymore.
Thank God for them internets.
for a response. So they have until September 21st for a response, and I'm not going to get a response because they don't exist. So you could file an appeal where YouTube will just basically say, oh, okay. And they'll put it back up. So, thank you, YouTube. Fuck you, YouTube.
Oh, thank God for them internets.
Oh, hell yeah. Okay, so we fucked up royally on our last episode because we got everything wrong.
Yeah. Apparently, us as, logical thinking men who would perceive a better gaming community, a better gaming market, who are actually out there thinking that, hey, let's get these guys to make some money. No, fuck that. Apparently, they just want to, suckle at the teat of mediocrity and just say, fuck it. I want to go outside today.
Well, let's just
Nobody
say,
wants to play with me.
well, the launch dates are as follows. PlayStation 4 will be releasing November 15th, which I've called it. I've actually stated this in a previous video as well as comments on my previous videos. I've stated that November 15th would be the release date, and
OMG first.
fuck you. I've stated this months ago. But being right all the time, it's a hard work. The Xbox One will be releasing afterwards. That's right. Microsoft is going to be the last man out of the gate this generation.
Day late and a buck short. That's
It's going to be on November 22nd, I believe. Let me just double check on that. Yep, 22nd. So, no one gives a shit because no one's getting the Xbox One because it's a pile of shit.
Well, it's a very, very well polished turd. That's what it is.
Yes, it is.
With Kinect.
Which Mega 64, they did an awesome intro.
Oh God, I love Mega 64.
That was funny. I think wasn't it you that got me hooked on them when they were doing the impersonation of the salesman from Resident Evil 4?
Yeah, that was a long while ago. Yeah,
Yeah, they just randomly
back when
go
Resident Evil started to be good again.
Yep. They just randomly go up to people, say, "What are you buying? What are you selling?" And they dressed up and everything. It was just like, "I got good things on sale, stranger."
Oh,
Then he just goes up to like a pizza order place and he's like, "What are you selling?" I'll buy that at a high price. Then of course the cops come after them. Oh, so fun.
Of course. A few tidbits of gaming news on this end from the indie marketplace.
Go ahead.
Starbound, for people who've been following the development of that and the orders that have gone out. It's not gone out yet, but they did show live play demo in, about 2 weeks ago. And I have to say, it looks fucking incredible. At the Insomnia Gaming Festival. The Oddcast team actually made a base, like the main purpose of the game. They just fucking started playing around with it. It looks wonderful. It moves brilliantly. I can't fucking wait for it. So once again, if you could find a way of getting a pre-order of Starbound, go do it. Just shut up and go do it. On the Lacuna Passage front, for those of you who are following the trying to raise the right amount of money in Kickstarter for Lacuna Passage, and since it did get raised more than enough money than it needed, and it's been close to, I think, a month and a half now. They've been in pure development. Yeah, good news. Fully integrated VR systems have been enabled for the game. So when it comes out with, it's not going to come out with it, but if you do get the Oculus Rift, 100% support guaranteed. So that's going to be a hell of an experience. And, what's the other one?
Well, talk about Oculus Rift.
Oh, yeah. Oculus Rift is fucking gnarly. Not to mention the fact that there are also, you're the Sony man here. Why don't you just break the news?
Yeah, Sony is going to be working directly with Oculus Rift to add support to the PlayStation 4.
Before, it was just thought to be a rumor. Now it seems that they not only did a bulk order in order to start testing out methodologies for, it seems that it's going to be not just like a rumor. It's actually it's a thing now. Expect there to be support for the Oculus Rift with your PS4 come, I don't know, maybe 1 or 2 years down the line. Because we're still not going to see a commercial version of the Oculus Rift until maybe a year and a half from now.
Huh.
I mean, you could get your hands on a developer kit for $300. It's going to be not the greatest resolution. It's going to be 480 by... it's not 1080p, sadly. Wait, correction. It's 720, not 1080. So, for you, fans of everything that is, high, highly detailed and shit.
You mean PC gamers?
Don't test me.
I was just saying,
No.
I like my high details.
Yeah, but you're not going to notice them because of the warp of the lens itself. It makes it feel real. You don't have the whole idea of like the lack of definition immediately makes you think it's not real. The fact of the head tracking, the fact of the rendering speeds, it's just it's an experience. Anyway, but yeah, Oculus Rift for life and stuff. That's all I got with the Rift.
Well, now, also, going back to the PlayStation 4 and Xbox One, Europe is getting the best fucking bundles.
Yeah, that I saw. What the hell? We got screwed over.
Yes, we did. For $500, you can get a bundle of the PlayStation 4 with 2 controllers, the camera, and Killzone Shadowfall for $500. That's $100 more than my bundle. Comes with, you know, a lot of extra shit. I mean, the camera alone is $60, the extra controller is $60, and the game is $60. So, what the fuck?
Now it seems that we start to find that they are in fact the beast because they like sits and everything. Everything's sitsty.
Well, with the
come on! I'm the atheist here. Now I'm pulling the good jokes. Come on.
with the Xbox One, all the day one bundles will get Forza 5.
So you know how bad that game has to be for it to be force-fed into every single
No, but no, it's only for the European market, though. The American bundle, all we get is, you get day one. Whatever.
I don't know.
No, they literally, like, put day one, 2013 stamped on the controller. That's your prize.
No. Just no.
Not sold on that.
No one is sold on that, and I'm sorry, fellow listeners, but if you are in fact buying an Xbox 3, not an Xbox 3, the Xbone, I have to ask you, as a friend who has absolutely no care in the world about your well-being, what the fuck? And I don't mean this in like, go fuck yourself, what the fuck. I mean, what the fuck as in, dude, were you dropped on your head at some point as a child? Did you, like, eat lead? If you have a reasoning behind this, please leave it for us in the comments. As usual, usually I'm trying to be an ass, and I'm tired today, so I'm most likely going to come off as a huge asshole. But I'm actually interested and morbidly curious as to the reasons why people want to get the Xbone. And
it's like asking that question, why do people cut themselves?
Yeah, but then again, nobody cares about them, and since they're not even good enough to commit suicide, they're not that interesting. So, but... They got a lot of quit in them, but they don't have enough quit in them to make it interesting. Moving on. If you are getting the Xbox One, please provide in the comments the reasoning for it. And don't say the usual, my friends are getting it, because I am a person who likes to do things with my friends. If you like to do things with your friends, start a circle jerk. That'll get it out of your system. Why are you going to get it? Don't fall into peer pressure. Give me an actual reason.
What's funny was they have there's a YouTuber group called Revision 3, which has Adam Sessler.
Oh, I love that, dude.
I know, who doesn't? But one of his friends or whatever went to PAX Prime and randomly was asking people PS4 or Xbox One, and like 99% of people are saying PS4.
Oh God. It's not a. I mean,
it's a fucking landslide. As much as Microsoft is trying to spin it to make it sound like the Xbox One is actually recovering, it's a fucking landslide in favor of the PS4.
This is me actually calling out to not only the viewers, but friends of the viewers. So, viewers, if you could ask your friends. If you find anyone who is actually legitimately buying the Xbox One for reasons, provide that reason for us so we can actually get a debate or an interesting talk about this. Because at this point, we're just beating up on the red-headed, retarded stepchild from the neighbors. I mean, this is not even fun anymore. This is about as much use as making fun of religion. You're just beating up on the little kid. There's nothing we can do here. They've lost a market share. There's nothing they can do to recover. The only thing that's going to save them is probably exclusives to games that nobody even cares about anymore. So, what happens now? We start seeing the Dreamcast effect once again, but we start seeing it in one of the strongest corporations in the history of mankind. Something the size of Microsoft. I mean, what does Microsoft do when a flagship product is going to fail and fails radically? I mean, what's going to happen to the support for the project? What's going to happen to the support for the previous projects, like the 360, with the failure of the Xbox One? And yeah, I'm not assuming...
You heard about this, right? You heard that Microsoft this week announced a 3-year death cycle on the Xbox 360.
And didn't I call that?
No, you called it sooner.
Didn't I freaking call that?
Hey, at least it lasted longer than the original Xbox.
That is actually like a 3-year cycle. That is pretty long even for them. But as I told you, Microsoft doesn't care for people without internet access. Neither do I, but I'm not a multi-billion-dollar corporation providing you with entertainment. I'm a guy who's half asleep.
And also doesn't have Fios.
Not yet, actually. I have a guy looking into that.
I hope you get it, man. We will throw you a coming out party for getting Fios.
You cannot imagine the amount of porn that will be downloaded that day. Nuns will weep. Porn stars will feel grandiose. And men of all colors and faiths will be happy with the fapping. Anyway. The fapping shall commence.
You may fap when ready.
Exactly. Oh, man. I'm really tired.
So now what?
My jokes are horrible.
I know, but what the fuck is up with the 2DS?
What is this thing?
I thought
I'm not a Nintendo guy, but I have to say, what the fuck is this thing?
But someone once said it looks like toast.
Yeah, it kind of does look like a piece of toast. What the hell is this thing? What kind of market does Nintendo think they're going to get out of this?
I don't know.
Once again, anyone out there of our fellow viewers, if you could provide us with information to anyone who does want to buy it.
I was considering it for someone in my family, but I mean it comes down.
Do you hate them that much?
Of course. No, I don't know. It's one of those weird pieces of technology where, you know, we initially hate it, but at the end of the day we end up loving it. You know what I mean? It's weird.
I don't see how people are going to end up loving it.
A lot of people
I've never been a Nintendo guy, so...
Well, a lot of people who have tried it out at PAX say it's actually more comfortable than the regular 3DS systems. You know, I don't know. I mean, I'm not getting it for myself. Hell no. I still have my original launch 3DS.
That's nice and everything, but do you still use the 3DS or no?
No.
Okay, not to be the asshole, but I am going to have to be. What the hell? I mean, I get it that mobile gaming was supposed to be, but it's no longer mobile gaming of a dedicated mobile platform. It's mobile gaming based around what your already present communication device, whether it be a tablet with LTE or a cell phone. Mobile gaming is no longer something that a corporation like Nintendo can focus on, yet they're still trying to push, what is it, Pokemon X and Y?
Yep. Well, that's when it's
dead?
that's when it's gonna launch. It's gonna launch with it, which is smart in a way. I mean,
yes, it's pushing people to try to get the new form factor, new media. Hey, look, Pokemon. Everyone fucking loves Pokemon, but
I have not played a Pokemon game since the original Red and Blue.
Last one I played was Yellow. No, sorry, Gold and Silver. I jumped on that bandwagon like a whore.
Oh no, I couldn't do that shit. Once I can only remember the first 151 Pokemon. Anything after that,
me too.
I'm lost.
I could.
I mean, you have Froakie and and who knew? Jigglypuff is a fairy.
Really? No one saw that coming. Anyway. What is it? Bungie's pushing its Destiny project, which seems to be getting either bigger and smaller both at the same time. Check out more information about that because, well, I'm not. And this is from a guy who is a Bungie fan. I love them. I love them to death.
Oh, let's discuss the very important news, and this is something that IGN has been covering hardcore. Did you know that the PlayStation 4 will support half the controllers of the Xbox One?
Whoa! This would be news if it was interesting.
I know, but it's funny that IGN felt the need to create like 3 articles about this.
Oh my god, stuff is happening!
Oh my god, you'll never guess one has more than the other.
Oh,
Did we all forget that the PlayStation 4 supports 7 controllers? No,
Yeah.
no one remembers that. Does
my
anyone
question.
care?
Once,
No.
once again, I am going to be that guy that has to ask that question. Is the ratio of people who play online and just play like either by themselves or with like a friend at a time really that much different to the group of people that have 7 people playing on a single system? I mean,
Look, there most games support 2 players max, and then you have to go online. So I just don't understand the point. Oh,
you
great.
have
Yeah, you
7
support no,
controllers. I don't.
no, 8 controllers on the Xbox One. It was 7 on the PlayStation 3. PlayStation 4 only supports 4 controllers.
How are you going to manage the screen for 7 or 8 different people on a single?
I guess what they're anticipating is like NBA Live or Madden or something. Which, by the way, if you're playing those, why don't you just since you already have 8 people, why don't you just play touch
fucking
football?
step outside,
Yeah.
okay? If you feel the need to exert yourself in sports step the fuck outside. I've never understood the concept of sports games.
I
I
don't
did
either.
ask someone that, and the first thing they said, it's the fantasy of being able. What fantasy? Fantasy is flying around in fucking spaceships, shooting aliens, blowing up shit. I don't know, like hacking an entire city, like one of the new
Watch
games they
Dogs.
have, like Watch Dogs. Or I don't know, just general bumfuckery like Doom, or that is a fantasy. It's a fantasy of being a super marine that just bleeds out of the eyes when you get shot 5 to 3 seconds, and then you're back to killing. That's a fucking fantasy. Throwing a ball in a hoop as a black guy, if that's your fantasy, your problem isn't video games. You have a deep-seated set of issues that no professional will ever help you out of. Sports games are for people that want to call themselves gamers, but really are just, morons. Just absolutely.
I had the pleasure when I went to buy Killzone Trilogy. There was a lady who cut me off too. I wanted to yell at her, but her little fucking schmuck of a son wanted Madden 2005, and I'm like, you are the problem with gaming.
Now, okay, I can understand that there's going to be a sizable amount of people who watch this and say, hey, this is fucking, well, too fucking bad. You're the one who's sitting here listening to me. My personal viewpoint is that anyone who even perceives the idea of a sports game as an interesting concept worth putting money down, and I don't mean just like few dollars, I mean 60, 70 fucking bucks for a game that is the same exact game.
Well, you heard that
the same exact
actually
game.
one good piece of news. 2K Sports might be able to start making football games again because it looks like the exclusivity contract with the NFL is going to
The
expire.
world breathes a sigh of relief.
No, actually,
the wait is
no,
over.
like, this is the thing. This is one thing that EA has done. They had the exclusivity when 2K Sports had a better version of the game for a while, and they were also undercutting them by $10. So EA, wanting to protect their assets, they decided, hey, let's make an exclusive contract with NFL. So now, since that contract's ending, now EA will have to deal with actual competition. So I'm glad because I want to see EA cry.
I'm not glad either way because these games were still made. You know the amount of money that they put into these projects of shelling out the same exact game?
Oh, no. They
Everybody's
hire
going to say that-
a basketball guy, right? They make him strip. They put all these little fucking dots all over their body. That's technology.
Yeah, no.
As you
It's
can
like
see, with the new generation, his hips move with the action. You could see the sweat building up on his body.
Ew. Just ew. If I wanted to see a black guy up close sweating and possibly, assaulting me, I'd just, go by Harlem a bit. Like, get on the subway anywhere in Manhattan. I don't need to digitize this experience. It is easily accessible for a much cheaper price. If you need to be that close to an African American of specific build with the capabilities of putting a ball in a hoop, just go to any metropolitan area.
If you see a basketball court,
If you see a pair of shoes hanging from a phone wire, you're in the right place.
What's sad is That's like my neighborhood.
Womp womp.
Um,
Actually, no, I've seen your neighborhood. You're White Town Central, okay, Honky?
whoa,
So shut up.
whoa.
You are white on rice, my
No,
friend.
no. We are white privileged people. That you gotta get it straight.
I don't care. White, gringo, honky, whatever. You're all the same to me.
Shit, man, that's not nice. It's not nice.
Yeah, so fucking
Let's talk
cry
about
it.
real news. We're talking Windows 8.1 is shit.
Oh my god. How did this go under the radar and no one people need to make a bigger deal out of this.
I'm making
This
a big deal out of it.
This is fucking horrible. Who thought this was a good idea?
And what Andy is referring to is if you have said internet connection, Microsoft forces you to sign in with your Microsoft account to create your local account.
Oh, you retarded.
If you don't have an internet connection, it will let you create a local account. The same local account that you've been creating for the past 20 plus years.
You, sir, are mentally retarded.
Yep.
My god, Bill Gates needs to fucking come back. I'm sorry.
Oh, did you hear there's a rumor that the guy who's in charge of Nokia will become the new CEO?
Yeah, the Nokia CEO is being, like, placed right at the right point. Since, what was it? When Nokia got bought off, it was, like, the perfect set of circumstances to put him in the forefront. One, it's not going to happen. I'm sorry, my friends.
I want it to, though.
Everybody and their grandmother wants it to, but it's not going to happen. Two, Bill Gates will never, ever return to Microsoft. So, sorry, folks. No return back to the golden age.
The golden age of Windows Millennium Edition.
Bitch all you want. At least they weren't making shit choices like the Xbox One and 8.1, okay? I mean, when shit got bad, it got bad, but it was still usable. This is downright ridiculous.
You now have a start button that goes to the start screen.
This is pseudo Starbucks / fucking Apple levels of pants on head retarded, okay? This is sticking anything into your urethra and saying it's art kind of retarded. This is just self-inflicting horror. Microsoft is both shooting itself in its toe and then looking down again and shooting it out.
I think Windows 9, they're going to do another 180. Look, we thought we had this new fancy idea.
Why is it that whenever...
Let's create a classic shell for users to use.
Ever since Windows 3, there's always been 2 versions that are great and then one that's shit. And then 2 more versions that are great and then one that's utter shit.
I thought it was every other.
No, it's in 2. For example, you had XP and then 7 after Vista.
No. XP was before Vista.
So
it would be Windows 2000, Windows XP,
Windows 2000 doesn't count. Don't you fucking say that name ever again.
Windows 2000 was good, though.
No, it was just as bad as Windows ME. I mean, well, not as bad, but still pretty bad. I'm sorry.
Hey, we ran an entire video game club off of Windows 2000, okay?
Dude, we could have run it off Gentoo, but no, somebody doesn't like...
Let's just say one thing, right? Wasn't it awesome when our high school professor just opens up a drawer and sitting in there are graphics cards?
Yeah, that was pretty funny.
Like,
true story. Out of fucking nowhere, it seems that a shit ton of these graphic cards were being saved up. And when we were just building computers out of the spare parts that we could comb from around the entire school during our downtime, because unfortunately we were some of the boring folk that, you know, we could have graduated early, but instead we chose to stay an extra year just to fuck around in the computer lab. And so we started building these gaming rigs in the computer lab, just, you know, without anyone noticing. And out of fucking nowhere, our professor pulls open a drawer, and there's just all of these graphics cards just sitting there. And I don't mean, like, incredible, but, like, you know, half-decent graphics cards.
Yeah, for the time, I mean, it wasn't something you would expect to see in a high school. That's what I'm trying to say. Like, it was actually, like, average good cards that he had sitting there. I'm like, why the fuck does he have this?
Basically, one of them even came with, like, what was that game? It came with
Deus
copy
Ex.
Of Deus Ex. I mean, we could never get that thing to work, but yeah, it came with a copy of Deus Ex.
And we were playing Halo, we were playing Counter-Strike, we were playing Half-Life with the Snarks.
Yeah. What was the other one? There was one that we made a disc for.
Oh, Quake 3.
We each had a disc. Yeah.
Quake 3 Arena.
We made runtime disks. So anywhere on the network, we would just pop it into a computer, whatever room we were working at, and just go back to the match we were running. It was fucking brilliant.
I came up with the concept that each one of our accounts was on a different disk.
Yeah, this guy's fucking brilliant for that.
Thank you. And we used the lock folder to lock everything out. Because remember, our professor had a deal with us. He said, you could have your video game club if you can hide the files, and I can't hack it. They didn't care
as long as he couldn't break in and no one could find out about it. So basically, it not only taught us about how to fucking encrypt and hide, but it also taught us about, how to...
It also taught us that if you use Linux, you could find those hidden partitions.
That's true. That's why you need to fucking learn to use Linux hater.
Well, I'm not a Linux hater.
GNU for life.
No, all my servers at work are using Ubuntu.
Really? Not Red Hat or
we're too cheap. We used a difference between Fedora and Ubuntu. I love the installation command for Fedora. Yum. Who the fuck thought of Yum? It's like,
yeah. Or you could always use what was it Mogul, or what was it at sudo apt-get me a sandwich.
Yep.
Sudo apt-get sandwich. There you go.
Sudo apt-get shut the fuck up.
Sudo apt-get you bitch.
Yes.
Back to gaming news, just a tidbit. For those of you who remember to follow a game that was in development called Hardware Shipbreakers, specifically from a group called Blackbird, which were the remnants of, if anyone remembers, a little game called Homeworld.
I remember Homeworld. This guy got me hooked on it.
Anyway, it turns out that the IP for Homeworld was given out by Gearbot specifically to Blackbird. So, Hardware Shipbreakers is now... It is now Homeworld Shipbreakers. So, yes, we are in fact seeing the rebirth of Homeworld. So, I'm kind of excited.
Yep.
I mean, that's going to be fucking awesome.
To be able to see that running on my GTX 690, whoa.
Oh, and also, so we can end this fucking discussion of him just flaunting his power in front of all of you. I've been able to not really. I'm not really proud of this because, unfortunately, it's
a Dell. Dude, you're getting a Dell.
Yeah. Now let's go smoke some pot. But yeah, I am myself...
Did you get your zero interest?
I think so. The problem is that I have
you know what I'm joking about? Remember how Dell back in the day used to say zero interest, but then like no one would ever get zero interest?
Yeah, no one would. That'd be fucking pointless. Turns out I have a shit ton of credit with Dell, so I'm going about just buying a gaming PC because I neither have the time nor interest of actually buying pieces for the gaming rig. And it would actually, believe it or not, be cheaper in my situation with the amount of credit I have with Dell.
No one should be gloating that they have credit with Dell.
I'm not gloating about it. I'm actually kind of ashamed, but I keep buying from them because, unfortunately, in some of my older enterprise clients, they usually have to stick with Dell.
That's
so
like
I have
saying
to start...
you have a rewards card with Apple.
It is shameful, but at least in this point, it's useful. Getting, an Alienware... what was it? Going with a 512 solid-state drive, 4 terabyte storage, dual 780s. Yes, unfortunately, folks, I am going with NVIDIA. So
because let's just say you're a proud owner of NVIDIA hardware.
I'm not a proud owner. I'm just an owner of NVIDIA hardware.
Let's just say there is not a scrap of AMD technology in his rig.
Not yet, you bitch. Not yet. Oh, God. It's unfortunate because they don't actually give you much of a choice in it, but yeah, what the customizations choices I could get. It was either that or a single AMD card, which unfortunately is not the one I wanted. So, it is unfortunate, but for right now, ladies and gentlemen.
What is a man to do with his dual 780s? Oh, poor you.
SLI? What is he to do? SLI, bitch.
No, I'm just saying, you make it sound like it's a downer.
It is a downer. AMD for life. But,
yes, he would love to trade away half of his frames per second for an AMD.
Shut up, okay? Just shut your mouth. Speaking of shit you should shut your mouth about, Star Citizen officially raises $17 million. and it launched a cosmetic store for the Hangar module, so you could actually see the ships that you can buy with this. It's kind of like Star Citizen, if you haven't heard about it, is the PC game for the PC gamer. I mean, if you see the minimum requirements for this, you need a monolith rig just to play this.
Ooh,
Not
wait,
to, like,
looks like I can applied.
Yeah, actually, in fact, your machine would be the minimum rating. You need at minimum an NVIDIA 780. You need at minimum 8 gigs of RAM. You need at minimum an i7 processor.
Ooh, check, and check.
Yeah.
Mine says exceeds minimum requirements. Boom.
Barely exceeded, but yes, you sir, exceed minimum requirements. Anyway, yeah, it's pretty fucking interesting, and I say you should look out for it. Whether you can afford a gaming rig or not, you should still look out for it, because this is a type of game that brings meaning to why PC gamers love PC gaming. Because of the depth, because of the prettiness, because yeah, we like to fucking see spaceships in fucking space with the ability to walk around in our spaceship. You'll get my meaning if you Google Star Citizen and you take a look at some of their development videos. And
this guy has not shut up about this for a long time.
The only thing I haven't shut up about is trying to get
No. If you say Eve, I'm gonna stab you.
Eve Online.
I'm gonna shank your fucking ass.
For a small section of our audience who already does play Eve Online, shout out. Seriously, they're really nice guys.
I don't give a shit. I'm not playing it.
You guys heard it. He does not give a shit about you. You guys deserve a better host. But yeah, I'm just help me out, folks. Trying to get Jack here on Eve Online. He's got the time to spare. He's got a little bit of coin. Show him the reasons why you should play Eve. Random comments.
Okay. Now let's back to tech. Samsung Gear Watch. Stupid.
Fuck you, Samsung. Why you do this?
You could tell it was half-assed.
It was rushed. It was half-assed. Everyone saw the concept art of all the patents that they had. Folding screens, haptic displays. Fuck, come on, man. They could have done so much more. It could have been so sexy. And you know what you get? You get tumor on a wrist. Tumor on a wrist with a camera.
Ooh. Well, now it makes upskirts a little bit easier.
And yet I'm the pervert. I don't know how this happens. I got nothing.
Just awkward silence.
Not even awkward. It's just angry silence. Like, what the fuck?
Well, the best part about the watch is the case.
The best part about the watch is I'm not getting one.
$300 for a thing that only works with the Galaxy.
$599 US.
It only works with the Note 3, which is retarded.
Yeah, no, if you guys need...
You're alienating your majority of your market. You're saying, yeah, fuck the Galaxy S3 owners. Fuck the Galaxy S4 owners.
Guys, from a tech podcast standpoint, if wearable computing is the future, whether we like it or not, from Google Glass to any smartwatches, they're making a resurgence before, because smartwatches have existed in the past 10, 20 years. They haven't been successful, but they have existed. Wearable computing is the next step because people are fucking apparently too lazy and fucking tired to reach into their pocket for their phone. But yeah. So from what we're going to see is that the market is going to be saturated with this until somebody picks up a product that everyone's like, oh my god, I want this. I need this to survive.
Yeah, once they come out with Google Thong, we're all good.
Actually, you know what? Google supposedly is working on their own watch as well. That's going to coincide with their Google Glass.
I thought you were about to say they were making their own underwear.
Probably. Massage the nads, But yeah.
Okay, Thong.
But yeah, wearable computing is the future, whether we like it or not. I, myself, am going to purchase a Pebble watch because Kickstarter for life. And also because they're apparently fucking difficult to find. I had to actually ask around a few favors to get myself a cherry red Pebble, but yeah. So most likely I will do a review on it if you guys give me enough subscriptions.
Pebble is the one with the what do you call it? The screen is, what do you call it?
e-ink screen charges, like for one charge it'll work for 7 days continuously. It has its own operating system, so you can in fact edit and run content for it. You can actually write
And
stuff
look,
for it.
it costs half of the fucking Samsung gear.
Costs $150, yes, but it's only $150 simply because each one is fucking like, ah, they're so fucking rare because the productions are so low. Did you know that Qualcomm is actually coming up with its own watch?
Yeah, I heard.
And it actually looks fucking tasty. I mean, it looks like a tumor and a half, but it comes with a set of Bluetooth headsets that are fucking awesome. Stereo Bluetooth headsets that are separated pieces, and they all work with that. And the only reason that they're coming up with a watch is that they're trying to push a screen technology that's able to hold a high ratio for viewing use, even in full daylight. With a non-glare screen, you're still able to pick up using a low amount of power and a low amount of contrast, still able to pick up colors and such on a screen in direct sunlight.
Huh.
It's pretty fucking impressive seeing it work. But
Dude,
for right now, that's...
You suck, because you probably just got me sold on the damn Pebble, you bitch.
Well, go for it. I mean, it's a watch. It's something that goes with what... I'm getting the watch simply because if you've seen all of my stuff, all of my gadgets are red and black. My phone, red gummy with a black back cover that's holding it all together.
Also known as the iPhone in the case.
Fuck you. No iPhone. LG. Which, by the way, most likely I'm going to replace it with a Nexus 5. Speaking of which, if any of you guys were following the reveal of 4.4, or is it 4.4?
4.4.
Yes.
4.4.
4.4 Android KitKat. Originally, people thought that it was going to go with key lime pie, but it seems that Google, already not having a soul, just said, fuck it, let's, market that bitch. And they went with Android KitKat. It's not 5.0 as everyone was expecting. It's 4.4. But during people were releasing information, there were a few pictures, and someone was holding something.
In their
something
hands.
That you weren't supposed to see. And now, it's kind of a double-edged sword. Either A, they put this in the photo or left this in the photo just long enough for people to notice, and then they took the photo down, which they did. Or B, they didn't expect anyone to actually pay this much attention, and it wasn't until it was too late that they noticed it and then took down the photo. Either way, there is, in this picture, someone is taking a picture using a Nexus device, but it's neither a 7, nor a 10, nor a 4. It's about 5 some odd inches, depending on the estimations from a distance. So we may be looking at the Nexus phone, a Nexus 5, a hybrid, a phablet, unfortunately, as that word.
The phablet revolution has occurred.
Unfortunately, and it won't die quick enough. Fucking phablets. Either get a tablet or get a phone. Choose, okay? We're at war.
You can only have one.
We're at war. But yeah, and so it seems a 5.4-inch display, Nexus device with pure Android. Can you imagine
the one? Pure Android.
Can you imagine the one? See, this is what happens when Jack listens to me. Jack, months ago, was an ardent hater of anything Android. He thought it was childish, puerile, despicable. He ignored it. He was a Windows Phone for life man. I got him to try the Nexus 7. Man is hooked on Android. And not just any guy, pure Android. Why? Because there is nothing in the world like pure Android. Except he is an HTC
and now,
One.
substitute Android for meth. There's nothing like pure meth.
Pure blue meth. By the way, you guys should be watching the final episodes. Breaking
Do not spoil, because I'm only on season 2.
What the... What? Why? Why even bother?
I only just got into it. I only got into it a month ago.
Well, hurry up, because I think like 3 or 4 episodes have already passed of the final episodes, and it's gotten juicy.
So now,
yes, I'm bringing juicy back.
Now let's go back to Android 4.4. I am the only one, I think, that has an idea as to what they're doing. Android 4.4, if you go to Google's site, they have a saying, and it is, let me just pull it up so I can read it for you. Android 4.4. And when you go, it says KitKat, and it says, Trying to find the... Okay. It is our goal with Android KitKat to make an amazing Android experience available for everybody. Now, if you think about it, think about the final part of the sentence. Amazing Android experience available for everybody. Does this mean that they're going to force this upgrade on every phone?
As awesome as that would be, highly doubtful.
Well, why not? I mean, then what does this mean? Experience available for everybody.
Well, it means that it probably, like every other one of their projects, is going to be freely accessible for anyone to download and try on their own device, because you can on any phone if you were to unlock it, crack it, and then
Repack it.
Clockwork mod the shit out of it.
Or twerp, if you're a twerper.
I'm a Clockwork guy. I mean,
Yeah,
that was
most
the first
people
one
are.
I used. It's at this point, it's one of the easiest versions of. If you guys don't know what we're talking about, twerp, Clockwork, these are the most well-known methods of cracking, unlocking, hacking.
Oh, no, those are just custom recoveries.
Are we going to get into specifics for the people who don't even know what the hell that is, or
Yeah.
do we go with a general?
No,
I thought we were going with the
general is you hand it to a techie to do it for you.
See, I'm the asshole, yet this guy has no respect for you viewers. But anyway, the point is that it's think of it as a what is it? A recovery disk for a PC, but this would be a custom recovery disk for your phone to give you the OS experience that you deserve. Not the one you need, the one you deserve.
Which, don't get me wrong, Sense 5 is the best, like, third-party skin that's available. No, it is really good. I have to give it to them. I refuse to use TouchWiz. I think TouchWiz is just horrible.
I've never tried TouchWiz.
TouchWiz, a lot of people notice that because Samsung like modifies the hell out of Android, that their phones run slower than other things because of all this bloatware that's on top. If you put stock Android, they say the phone like runs 3 or 4 times faster.
Obviously, but it's the fucking stock Android. Anything with stock Android, pure Android.
Look,
experience.
back in the day, stock Android was horrible. But after
Shut your whore mouth.
No, once Android 4.0 came out, stock Android became really good.
Stock Android is good. Has always been good.
Well, once they were doing Project Butter, that I really like. Because Project Butter is where everything's just smoother, scrolling animations are faster. Which this month, I get Android 4.3 on my HTC One.
What it is, Jive Turkey.
Oh, a lot of people said from the leaked, there was a leaked update. People who have installed it noticed immediate performance increase.
That is true.
So, but I can't wait till Android 4.4, and me being a Nexus 7 owner, I get to enjoy 4.4 before my HTC One gets it. And let's just face it, my HTC One is probably never getting KitKat.
I hate to say it, and I don't want. No, you're not going to get it.
Unless
it's what you think it is, where they're just providing it as a forced update to all devices with Android.
Or if I decide to just put the Google Play ROM on here.
Why not? Go for gold, my friend. Dream the impossible dream.
I'm probably just going to do it, which it's so funny being a T-Mobile guy with an HTC One. Our bootloader is unlocked. Ho, Verizon, you stupid assholes. You heard that now there's a bounty out there for anyone who could crack the bootloader of an HTC One for Verizon?
Wow, really?
AT&T lets you do it. T-Mobile lets you do it, and Sprint lets you do it. But Verizon has to be that guy that's like, no, we don't want you to.
Oh, man. Still pissed off about Samsung. How could they do this to me?
You're stupid asses. But let's just see. Rumors are bets. Next Tuesday, the day before the 11th or 12th anniversary of 9/11, we will get new Apple shit.
Can we not go over this?
Okay, let's just say, look
Apple
at this.
is no longer it's no longer considered technology. It's just fashion.
Okay. But look at CNET. I have officially stopped going to CNET on their front page, right? They have 5 articles for the iPhone, and they only have 2 articles for all the brand new Android announcements that came out this week.
Can you say bought much?
Exactly. And I guarantee it, the day of the Apple announcements, literally every sentence that Tim Cook announces, they're going to create a separate article for every fucking sentence that he says on stage. That's right. They've announced 5 colors. That's right.
Oh,
we have the iPhone 5S as one article. We have the 5S colors as another article. Oh wait, it comes in 2 storage sizes. That's another article.
2? No, that's another 2 articles, bitch.
We'll explain to you what's the
with
difference.
an interlinking editorial.
That's right. We whore ourselves for articles.
Pretty much, yeah.
It's like, no, you know, CNET's like one of
What
those
was it?
companies-
Apple told them they'll get an iPhone for every article, so they're just...
We'll give it to you 1 hour earlier.
Oh my god.
But the problem with CNET when it comes to like talking about the iPhone devices, they're not subjective nonetheless. I mean, they consider it the absolute perfect device. They never criticize anything about it.
Nope.
When I mean, look, don't get me wrong, they are the sexiest pieces of hardware. There's no doubt about it. They are the prettiest phones out there, besides my HTC One.
Sort of thing.
But their OS is severely lacking. Severely. And the whole new iOS 7, I've played with it with the developer previews, and I'm telling you, it doesn't offer anything new. Anything that, you know, there's not one thing you could do on an iPhone.
We were
that you
having a
can't
discussion
do.
about this,
Oh,
and this
God.
was accidental.
Shut up.
It's about swipe.
Oh, yes.
See? Let me fucking finish, douche.
Oh, no, I thought you were going to bring up my past defense of Apple.
Dude, I had an iPhone for like a 2-year period, okay? We've all been
I've
there.
had an iPhone since the 3G. I had it up until the iPhone 5, and I was
You're not
like,
making
fuck
so
this.
fucking easy for me, okay? Just move on.
Okay, so talk about swipe. I was
Yeah.
telling Andy that I went to use my brother's iPhone 5, and I quickly tried to type, and I was trying to type like I would on my Android with swipe.
What year is it?
So we're betting that Apple is gonna introduce a revolutionary new way to type.
Called swiping.
Oh, what would
Exclusive to the 5S or whatever.
That's exactly what I said to Andy. I'm like, watch, it's gonna. With this feature, it requires new hardware that's not available on previous phones. You see, we created a secondary digitizer that is able to accurately measure where your fucking finger is.
Which is what the previous digitizer could do. All fucking ready. But we said, fuck it. New phone. Previous digitizers for plebeians. We want to provide you with the best possible service, so we will make it as complicated as fuck.
Well, you heard the KitKat thing, right?
Yeah.
You heard the speech that the KitKat guy did.
Oh no, that.
Oh my god, it is funny. They have let's see, KitKat, Android. Let's see, video. Oh my god, it is funny. Future of confectionery is what they call it. And here you go. I'm gonna play it for you guys. And wait, we're gonna get another, copyright infringement, but who cares?
Oh, God, ready.
Every corner, every edge, every finger of every bar has been carefully considered and crafted to create a beautifully immersive and multi-sensory experience.
Ooh.
And it really
kinky.
does taste as good as it looks. Because when we set out to create confectionery perfectionery by designing the perfect chocolate bar, we nailed it first time. With adjustable orientation, it works perfectly in portrait or landscape. For a
Oh my
truly
God.
panoramic taste experience that will leave you up in the cloud. With global coverage, you can take it literally anywhere, even to work. At an extremely unequivocal 10mm thick, 1 finger long, and 4 fingers wide, Cat 4.4 is the perfect second screen companion, compatible with all liquid accessories. With 2 megabytes, 4 megabytes, or a chunky byte option, no matter what kind of break you're looking for, we've got it covered.
Yeah, it was a very low quality thing.
Yeah, low quality both in sound and content.
Yep. But he's like, when we set out to get the absolute best chocolate bar, you can set it in 90 degrees or 120.
Oh god. Anyway. There's not much else you can actually throw at that. Another side news, since we're doing a general media
Oh, no,
thing.
no, this is funny. Make a KitKat that people with lactose intolerance can also enjoy without the fear of agonizing death.
That's not how it works, but yeah, okay, sure.
Hey, I have lactose intolerance. It's not fun.
It may not be fun, but you're not going to die from eating a chocolate bar.
Oh, but your soul dies.
Yeah, okay, we get it. You poop lava and you cry inside, but fucking deal with it and be a man, okay? Speaking of manly things for manly men and also manly women, because back in the old days, men were men, women were men, children were men, and apparently nobody ever fucked. But yeah, if you have Netflix, I definitely suggest you guys watch Dredd. This is a movie that did not get the rightly deserved amount of attention, simply because apparently everyone had the Sylvester Stallone-itis. They had the fear, the Stallone-ism, or I don't know. What is it? Stallonophobia. Yes. Everyone was suffering from Stallonophobia concerning the Dredd project. But I have to say, I didn't see it in theaters, and I'm saddened that I didn't see it in theaters, because it is just good fun. It's stupid fun, but it's the good kind of stupid fun. So I definitely suggest you guys check out Dredd on Netflix.
The fuck? Did you hear
What?
that a rare Pokemon card has $50,000 offers on eBay?
Yeah, I heard that.
Why?
Because apparently we're stupid.
Yeah, but I have a Pokemon card that's rare.
I have a few Pokemon cards that are rare still somewhere. I have them saved.
I have them. Yeah.
Speaking of things that are old, ancient, and awesome, check this out. I'm going to post a link, if you can, on the video. This is the map, a dynamic map, yearly, of ARPANET, which existed between 1969 and 1989 and is the precursor to the modern-day Internet. It was one of the original wired systems of communication for the military system of missile defense and such. And so, yeah, this is basically the groundwork of what started with bases and also universities to create what we now know as the Internet. The page is going to leave you to a page in Paleo Future in Gizmodo, and it's going to be a GIF. And you can actually watch yearly from the beginning, 1969, all the way to 89, the expansion of ARPANET itself.
Yeah,
and this was basically the Internet.
Yeah, and this is where, you remember during the fucking Olympics when Great Britain decides, yeah, we Brits invented the Internet. No, you didn't fucking invent the Internet. We did, you dumb schmucks.
No, America's industrial, military complex invented the Internet out of accident. They first wanted a reliable form of communication between missile silos in case every other form of communication was wiped out due to, I don't know, nuclear holocaust. So what happened was that they came up with this cabling system that would provide a digital format of communication throughout each and every single node of this network that would also be as instantaneous as possible. Because back then, it was just the beginning of the digital era. So something like this was never tried before. I mean, you had Stanford, you had UCLA, you had a whole bunch of different, fucking Ivy League and non-Ivy League schools working with military bases and programs just to get this thing started. And as you see, it just grows, and eventually you start to see where the infrastructure's coming in. Yep. And it's just, I don't know, it's just an amazing little tidbit of history just to see, the Internet before the Internet. It was the pre-Internet, kind of like, how the missing link was, humanity before humanity is, the Homo erectus before the Homo sapien.
Yep.
And it's just incredible. I don't know. I find this fucking awesome. I don't know about you guys. I love this stuff.
Yeah, it's cool.
I mean, can you imagine no more than 20, 30 years ago, something like the internet didn't exist?
Yep. I remember.
Something that is so ubiquitous, something that is so necessary for society nowadays. Could you imagine, anyone out there, could you imagine a single day where you do not touch the internet in any way, shape, or form completely?
I've done that.
I mean, completely. Neither
Yeah.
your phone,
Yeah.
television,
Yeah.
computer,
Yeah.
basically just null.
It's called going outside in the middle of the woods.
What the fuck is wrong with you, savage? Fucking barbarian. Yeah, of course, yeah, if you run into the woods, you're, then again, at the end of the day, you're still out in the fucking woods. So that's your own damn problem. I'm just saying, it's pretty fucking impressive.
Huh.
Anyway, just a little tidbit to have you accidentally learn something while you're enjoying yourself today.
So
got
that
any
is
more news?
it. I think we are officially done.
Yeah.
Hopefully next week we'll have better news.
And probably another guest host because apparently Kira just doesn't like us anymore.
Yeah.
It's really not us, and it's really not her fault. It's your fault, viewers. You scared her. You're creepy.
Had nothing to do with us insulting her reading skills.
Yeah, no, totally. She's a woman. They like to be insulted.
Now you know why she's not on the show anymore.
Now you know.
Nut. Take care, guys. Look out for future episodes.
Maybe.
If you guys want a tech podcast, please drop a comment below, and we will definitely check them out. If you
Either
have,
way, we're still going to keep doing this shit randomly in episodes, whether you guys like it or not, so suck it.
okay, since Andy is just on a roll today.
Yes. I'm tired, okay?
I am too. I mean, it's almost 1 a.m. I'm exhausted. I just want to go fucking sleep. Yeah, I want to go to sleep because I'm tired.
Platypus, everybody.
Bye.